I knew when the Saber CEO came out and actually made a nice comment about video games on Asmongold's channel that the gaming journo industry would not take this lying down. They literally hate gamers. And actually, IGN did a piece on this too. As soon as I was getting to record this video, I saw it. I was like, they're doing the full narrative, trying to cancel this guy. It started with Kotaku, though, and a guy named Ethan Gach, something like that. And I will show you exactly what he was doing to try to rile everybody up against the Saber CEO, the developer of Space Marine 2. And again, you're supposed to, if you're in the access media or if you're in a big video game company, hate gamers, hate all the gaming-related YouTube channels, hate anybody who actually stands for these properties. And you're supposed to just love everything that normal people hate. That is, this is it's such a bizarre scenario. But this is what they're doing now, and they're trying to cancel him. I wrote it up on my Fandom Pulse blog, and I would love for you to subscribe there. I cover all the news topics of the day that I can find early in the morning, and it's a nice little spot in case we ever have any trouble on this platform or whatnot. It's all written content. And it lets me interact with you guys a little better. It's in the description below. And please hit the like and subscribe button. I love hanging out with Warhammer 40k fans, Space Marine 2 fans, real gamers. It's been a nice community over here, and I really appreciate you guys for being here. See, is that hard? Why don't they just ever say that? I'm also an author, and I would love for you to check out my Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. If you're into Space Marines, or if you're into Warhammer 40k, any military science fiction, really, you're going to really enjoy this entire trilogy, which is on Amazon. Pick it up today. I'll have that in the description below for you as well. Been having huge sales, again, from Warhammer 40k fans, just loving it, and I appreciate you for reading. Okay, so we saw the other day that there was this comment from Matthew Karch on Asmongold's channel, and he said, and we posted this yesterday as well, he said, "Hey man, CEO of Saber here, I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We never had the chance to work on something which is we had the chance to work on something which is by its nature old school. I can't even comprehend many of the current games that we play these days. They are too complex, too much of an investment. We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. That's what we wanted to recapture. I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to that time when games were simply about fun and immersion. I spent some time as Chief Operating Officer at Embracer, and I saw the games that were made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging opposing morals upon gamers. We just want to do some glory kills and get their heart rate up a little. For me, that's what games should be about." Very simple stuff. And you know, mentioning the original Halo, that was just super fun back in the day. Space Marine 2 is being compared a lot to Gears of War, another super fun game. And it's just pure fun. So what's the problem? Well, the journalists don't like that. They don't want you having fun. They don't want you having escapism from their relentless brainwashing over identity politics. That's the entire point. You're supposed to just be overwhelmed by it so constantly that you have no choice but to accept all their weird perversions all the time. And it is weird perversions. I'm not going to mince words about that. These are perverts. They're creeps. They're weirdos. And they're trying to say that they should be the normalized thing in society. And we need to reject that because it just wrecks society every single time, obviously. Now, this is a pretty innocuous comment. It's not like the CEO here is throwing some flames like I am here at these perverts. He didn't call them out like that, nothing like that. He's just like, games should be fun. But saying games should be fun now is controversial, according to Kotaku and IGN and the Access Media. You see, they don't want fun. They actually don't like any fun games. You've seen how they attempted to destroy Black Myth Wukong. You see how they attempted to destroy Stellar Blade. All the games that gamers are actually enjoying this year, they don't want. They don't want that even in the marketplace, and they try to get it canceled every time. So this guy, Ethan Gach, is it like that's the Klingon worm food, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm bringing it back to Star Trek, my friends. So he went after him on X immediately and said, I asked Saber for comment on this, if it was really Matt Karch's account or not, and since it reads like an anti-woke crusader slap, but haven't heard back yet. You see how mad they are about a video game executive saying, "Hey, games should be fun for gamers." And of course, that's why they're making money. That's why Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 is actually breaking records for Warhammer-related content. I mean, it's just fun, and that's something that everybody wants. It's pretty simple. That's not anti-woke Crusader slop. That's so funny. By the way, if you want some anti-woke Crusader slop, here it is. Here's my Crusading in Space. Deus Volt. Anyway, ridiculous stuff. And this account was only created in May, and the bio reads generic male of sorts. It appears that after this, it has been confirmed that this was the actual CEO, and it looks like that was the case just based on some other comments that were shown. And that is happening right now. And he later posted that he did confirm that. So in the meantime, he made this updated why Space Marine 2 exec's YouTube comment became a lightning rod. He left a controversial comment on Asmongold's channel. Now, remember, games should be fun. Games should, shooter games should just be about simple shooter loops and having fun for some glory kills. That's controversial, according to Kotaku. Now, it's not controversial in the real world whatsoever. You get off of these stupid websites with these, crazy people like Ethan or Alyssa Mercante, and you get away from these weirdos. It's not controversial at all. Nobody's thinking about this. Everybody's like, "Oh, cool! I can't believe Asmongold, has the clout now that actual gaming execs are paying attention to his channel. That's a good thing. Asmongold does good work, and congratulations to him on that." But these people can't have that. And the reason why is when Asmongold gets noticed, or say if I get noticed, or anybody in these circles gets noticed, it really hurts their clout structure because, they're working for Kotaku for a pittance. They don't get much out of it. They get early access to games and they get to tell, kind of lord over other gamers like that. That's the entire point of IGN or Kotaku or PC Gamer, any of those sites. They don't get much out of it personally other than that clout. And if that clout doesn't really exist because, everybody kind of realizes, hey, these sites are not actually selling video games for us. They're kind of doing the opposite. Let's go over to the places like Endymion or Hypnotic, Yellow Flash, because those people actually do sell games for us. I mean, once that tide really turns, and it's starting to, this is what they're very, very scared of and why an article like this exists. This whole market's going to change, and it's really, really interesting to watch. And you don't get this without, you got a little bit of this going on in TV and movies, but with the video game community, the gamers are really, really all one-sided over here. And so you don't really have this kind of cottage independent journalism. And I hate using the term journalism because it's been soured, but it's real journalism done in different spheres that really is quite as effective as it is in gaming. It's a really interesting phenomenon. So he's talks about this but some have marshaled that classic mystique into a rebuke of modern games that don't conform to certain views that they have about who gaming is for and what it needs to be good. Oh my gosh, here it is. This is Legendary Drops posted a video called Space Marine 2 is a reminder of what we lost. He praised the game for gruesome combat, beautiful presentation. He juxtaposed it with modern games that are either live service hamster wheels or single-player experiences that feel narratively convoluted and full of bloated gameplay systems. And it didn't blow up till later when Asmongold posted an hour-long reaction to it, agreeing with most of the points. And that's what Asmongold does. And so this guy gets really, really mad, saying Asmongold brings up Dustboard, a recent action-adventure indie release about a band traveling across America. It's about a Antifa group. It's like an Antifa wet dream. And nobody bought it. Nobody played it because it was just obnoxious, and that's exactly what it was. And so that's exactly why the CEO chimed in. Those games like that are just hurting the industry and hurting everybody involved with it, and then gamers just reject it, and they just don't go for it. And it's pretty obvious what gamers want. Now, what's weird is Kotaku just completely goes against what they're actually supposed to be stated for, which is servicing gamers and servicing games that gamers actually want to play. We know that the Chainsaw Lollipop remake was not covered, did not get near reviews from anybody. They did a hit piece later after there was some complaints about it. But again, it's just if gamers are playing it, Kotaku wants to reject it and try to just take it down. Interesting stuff here. And then listen to how he goes crazy here, too.
There's extra irony in a Warhammer 40k game becoming that crucible, giving its openly fascist world building and the fact the owners of it have had to repeatedly remind the more toxic corners of its fan base that Warhammer is for everyone. To that degree that Space Marine 2 doesn't impose morals on a player, it's only because the politics of its universe are so obviously bleak and abhorrent that regular people know how to treat them as grimdark fantasy rather than a hero's journey parable for the 21st century virtue ethics. Ugh. Well, this man seems like a heretic. I don't know about you guys. And we know what the God Emperor does with heretics. So ridiculous. They see so badly. And yeah, the attempts to cancel this guy and try to root him out, hunt him down, Matthew Karch, it's really, really sad just because he said something super innocuous in that games should be fun. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Another day, another Kotaku L. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my book, Justified, and its 2 sequels on Amazon. Really appreciate you guys for reading. We'll be back soon.